Good morning, good afternoon, and a happy early 4th of July weekend. You're celebrating. I had to come out with the gear, and I love this because I have these sunglasses on and you can see the cool ring lights. It's so cool. Anyway, so happy to have you. You are tuning in to Tisha Talks Live. If this is your first time, welcome. Great to have you here. Show where we interview some cool people around the globe and bring you some tips, tricks, strategies, especially for us entrepreneurs, being one myself. And today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to be welcoming Robert Bostick. He's out of Cali. I get to meet up with him next month, in fact, in real life for the second time. And today we're going to be talking about how to bring smart humor into your business and add that extra charm. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But you know how we do it. I like to, of course, give a shout out to my sponsor. My sponsor is Gateway Bank out here in Mesa, Arizona. They're a proud sponsor of Tisha Talks Live, as well as this event that is coming up. This is Social Connect Phoenix. My next one is on August 2nd. And little fun for you guys. We are going because it is so flipping hot. I think we're reaching 110 degrees this weekend. So we're going to take it indoors to Let It Roll Bowl out in Phoenix. So make sure you join us. If you don't, that's okay too. You can always hang out, grab some pizza. We bring in all the good food and just hanging out and good people. So that's the kind of event that I like to throw. So again, you can grab a ticket at bit.ly/social connect PHX August 2nd. And of course, coming up also as we get into cooler months, bringing back some connecting through community events. These are a great opportunity for you to bring your family, bring your friends. Connections happen everywhere, especially if you are lending a hand. So why not lend a hand in your local community and support a local nonprofit? So look for some details of some upcoming events coming up for that. And so you know how we do it. We love to do a little bit of a dance party, especially it's the last June 30th. We had it in July 1st tomorrow. So let's kick it off with a little bit of a dance party, and then we'll get this show started. Welcome back, everybody. All right, I'm going to lift the shades up just so I can see everybody a little more clearly. All right, to have Robert Bostick come on in. Okay, we're going to be joking too. I have my little joke book out. I had to borrow it from my daughter, Ellie. So Robert, as he makes his way to the main stage, welcome, Robert. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you, Tisha.
Yeah, good. Hey, so I have a joke for you as we head into this 4th of July week. I have one for you, and I want you to tell me what you think the answer is. You ready?
All right.
Okay. What is the saddest tool in the kitchen?
Oh, I know it's the spatula because it's always scraping up stuff.
It is not the spatula. Okay, here's the answer. It is the melon baller.
Oh, that guy. Poor guy.
Melon baller. You use them to scoop out watermelon, cantaloupe, all the stuff.
They're so sad. Oh, well.
They're so sad. The baller. Yeah, the baller. I thought that was cute. Okay, I'm going to give you another one, and then we're going to get on with our show and welcome some people. Okay, what is a good one that I found? Okay, so this is one that Ellie found for me. This is a cute one too. So this is out of the Laugh Out Loud humor jokes and riddles from Highlights for Kids. You guys remember that? Highlights magazines for kids?
Yeah, I
love that. Yeah, I love it too. So she got this little book. So why did Irving disconnect his doorbell?
Because it was ringing his ears out.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. No, he wanted to win the Nobel Prize. But I'm thumped.
Okay, another good one.
Another good one, right? Okay. All right. So we're going to put the joke book away. We'll maybe bring it out. I love to hear, Robert. I know you have some funny jokes too and some great stories. So today we're talking about the power of smart humor to bring charm to business communications. And Robert, of course, is the CEO and founder of HumorPoint out in California in Northern Cal. So Robert, tell us, like, I know that that's a lot. I see you on LinkedIn all the time sharing some cool jokes. What's
Uh,
up?
yeah, well, as I try to explain to people what it is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and in a nutshell, is that there are success tools for everything in life except for humor. Other than that little book you have there, I mean, literally every problem we have in business, from accounting to sales to marketing, there are a variety of very sophisticated technologies to help us be more efficient and produce better results. And in humor, there's literally none, or at least there have been none. And I was very surprised by that. Wow, here's such a coveted, exceptionally important skill, and to generate a positive emotional outcome with an audience, to soften their resistance and have them feel good feelings about you. And literally everybody's left to their own devices to figure that out. And as it turns out, though, there's quite a few people in the world who have dedicated their lives to have figured it out. And they're called cartoonists. They might be called meme makers. They might be called people who make great quotes, but they're all out there, but they're unfindable in terms of having access to the very best in the world, first and foremost, at which time you then just peruse through that. So interestingly enough, though, about what you just read, those cute little adorable quotes out of that book, the only shortcoming of those kinds of quotes is, as cute as they are, one of the in business setting, you want to, there's an old adage, which is, it's funny because it's true. And so a pun, or that kind of a play on words, is not really a truth. It's just clever. And so, for example, I'm going to read you a couple quotes from that kids have said. And I always recommend people share any wonderful kids quotes from their own kids or whoever, anybody else's kids.
Oh, we have them. We definitely have them
You
here.
got them to open a presentation, because it just humanizes you right away. And a lot of times they say kids, they say the funniest things because they say the truth. And so, for example, there's a quote somebody put in, I found recently. I asked the kids if there was anything they wanted from the grocery store. And the first thing my 5-year-old daughter asked was, "How is our cheese situation?" So
that's good.
Isn't that cute? So it's just so likable and so, relatable. But it's also, it could be open up a presentation to the next bigger question you have, right? It could be, how's our sales situation, right? So you're using a story about a child in your family or someone you know who said something unbelievably adorable and insightful and unexpectedly. The kids say the darndest things, but it allows you to lead now into your more serious work. But you've now won them over with your likability and your, humanness. So, and there's a quote I had the other day that said, having one child makes you a parent, having two makes you a referee. So,
yes.
Right.
I commented on that one, Robert, because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. I'm always like, okay, you in the corner, you in the other corner. We're stopping this right now. Go to your room. You go to your room, and we're done. Yeah. Mommy can't take it anymore. We can't take it.
Well, and then some guy commented on that. He says, having 5 kids makes you a policeman. So, So point simply is, it's, the more real life things that we describe that are actually from our lives can be a real way to just basically have a human connection with an audience. And so whether you're in sales or you're doing a live presentation, really you want to have that human connection. And ideally, it's a connection that makes people smile at the same time. Because I tell people, that calms this guy down. Because this guy, when he's sitting in an audience, there's my guy here, when he's sitting, looking at you, staring at you, waiting for you to, be relevant to what his concerns are, if you put a smile on this guy's face, he'll calm down. And you really want them to calm down in any presentation. And the last thing I'll share with you, in an email, the advantage of using humor up front, and I just got this email today, so I had to share this. This guy, this is a company that specializes in content for social media. But here's what he says here. He says, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you. It's about your content." So I mean, it made me smile. The doctor got some bad news about your content, but it kept me reading too. So, I've been convinced over and over again, if you can find a way to have really top-notch humor early in your email presentation, whatever you're doing, it's all good. But the key, it has to be really good. Otherwise, it's, and you don't really get the surprise jolt to their heart of like, I like this person. Okay, I like you. You're good. Now I'm interested. So that's kind of what HumorPoint does. It provides tools, which is my toolbox, HumorPoint, which I'm actually coming out with a new version of the site soon, that lets people peruse. For one of the tools is a perfect cartoon. You can now peruse the greatest cartoons in the world in seconds, find something that's wonderful, and use that as a anchor of getting people's heart in the right place.
I agree. I want to stop and just say hi to a lot of people that are joining us. We have some folks on Facebook. Thanks for being on, showing some Facebook likes there. So Mary Jane Brown, I see Jamie Phillips, Royce Blake. So good to have you guys here. Yeah, Royce. Let me see. I know we have some other Dwight Lamb saying you're so cute and funny. I'm sure that was when I had my sunglasses on and did my little happy dance or something. So thanks so much, Dwight, for tuning in. Yeah, and one of the things too is, Royce put up a really great comment that says humor lets everyone relax, including the speaker. And now I have that permanently ingrained in my head, Robert, of your brain. And I've actually seen the brain. I know when we met up last year in Cali, you brought the brain for one of our Tisha Talks, or not Tisha Talks, Lessons in My Lexus that we were doing together. And, I remember I was emceeing a TEDx talk out here in Chandler, and it was all about communication and connection. And I used humor, like in the intermission. I sat there because I had to carry the show. I don't know if I told you, but Raising Cane's was late on the food. They were like, Tisha, just go up and appease everybody and make sure everybody's good. The food is coming. Just ensure food's coming because, people who are hungry and who are just irritable. And so I actually brought out something that my daughter said, because again, we're talking about how we were living in this disconnected, connected world. Of course, there's social media, but how so many of us are not really talking to each other. We're so ingrained in talking to Alexa all the time that my kids conversations with Alexa daily. Actually, and this is what I had said in my TEDx speaking gig, was my daughter, she was at home and she was asking Alexa if Alexa had a boyfriend. And, it just made me laugh so much. Alexa's response was, no, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for a boyfriend. I'm Alexa. And I just was freaking dying hysterically, Robert, because of her response. So, asking Alexa even some fun questions for it was one of those things that smooths things over. The food came, everybody was having a good time, everybody was smiling. I could see their brains smiling, and it just went over really well. And it helped, like Royce said, calm everybody down. It wasn't tense. We were able to go on with the show, and all was good. All was good.
Well, and the thing is about humor is, one thing I've learned is that, I've done stand-up and I've done all that kind of stuff, but I would never want to rely on that for the humor, my sense of humor, because I could be in a very bad mood. Something very, just whatever, startled me, stressed me. And so I don't like to go in having my wit be what's going to save the day and win the attention and the goodwill of my audience, which is why I use visuals, a lot of visuals, which is why I created the world's first cartoon search engine. And in that search engine, you have funny quotes, you have, greatest cartoonists, best works, etc. But so, for example, so I've just collected a few little images here. This one I kind of like here. But so this is what I like about cartoons. So these people specialize in making us feel good, and also usually making a pretty salient point. Now, this one, what my view is, find a cartoon you love or an image you love, and then find a way to make it relevant to a point you want to make. So, how's the insomnia? Asked the doctor. Baby, it's not going that good, actually. I'm kind of having some trouble.
Is that a baby? Is that a baby that's sitting on the? Oh my gosh,
that's a baby.
Yes.
How's the insomnia?
That's cute. I like it. How's the insomnia?
these funny situations. But again, you can segue from an obviously brilliant cartoon making a very funny point, and then the question, how do I now use that, which I love this, what it might be, I love this cartoon, how do I now make that connection? So rather than having to think about how to be funny, simply find great humor, and then the hardest part now is to make it connect to a point you want to make. So, but normally the hardest part is to come up with great humor. No, that's not your hardest part anymore. You have a much easier task, which is find something you love. Okay, another cartoon. I might have shown this one to you last year, but I love this one. This is the old, the guy's leaving the wedding here. Okay, and so he's leaving the wedding, and he says to his new wife, "Mind if I put on the game?" It's like, yeah, this guy is he just misses his, the whole thing. So again,
and they just got married. Oh my, yes.
Game. Right. So again, that's a brilliant, the whole funny thing is a cartoon or a great funny image. It does the setup and the punchline. Well, that's the hardest thing to do, because people always say, oh, don't tell a joke in a presentation, or, you should tell a joke, but be careful. Jokes are hard to tell. And most jokes aren't that funny. They're just too much work. And if you're going to tell them, they're okay, but you might miss the timing. And so then you get kind of a meh kind of response. And then you're, uh-oh. And now people are thinking, okay, this guy thinks he's funny, but he's very not. So the advantage of a cartoon is they do the whole setup and the punchline by giving people the entire experience. And then you just get to have a smile presenting, and then you just find a way to make it relevant to your point. So
that's true. So we have some people who are commenting. Mary saying, good point. She also says she sees you all the time on LinkedIn. Of course I do, because I have rung the bell for all of your content. And then Mindy, thanks so much for joining us, Mindy. She says, good morning, such great points you were making. So I believe I told you too, Robert, that when we first met, you told me go to HumorPoint, which he has a fantastic search engine, everybody, humorpoint.com. And I was giving a speech.
Perfect Cartoon is the search engine.
Oh, Perfect Cartoon.
Is a toolbox of a variety of humor tools, but Perfect Cartoon is the main tool people use. But yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Perfect Cartoon. So I went to Perfect Cartoon
search engine, dear. The world's first curated cartoon search engine.
There it is. First curated cartoon search engine. So if you guys are putting presentations together, you're going into pitch or whatever it is, I agree. And I just said this, Robert, you just commented on a post that I said stories they make them relatable, right? What we're looking for is, as you said, humor, it's bringing charm to your business communications and likability. And I know we'll get into that subject too, but I do a talk on purposeful networking. I think I've told you about this. And I did go to Perfect Cartoon, and I grabbed a cartoon. And if you remember, it was a guy with like one of those gun blasters with business cards, and he was spraying the whole place down.
Right.
Yeah, that was so on point with what he was talking about. And the caption read, I don't think the guy with the business card blaster has ever been to a networking event.
Right.
For what I was talking about, because I was like, you don't need to do this in order to make solid connections. And you're kind of making so nobody wants to talk to you. So It was such a great lead in, and I still use it to this day because it was so perfectly stated. And you're right. I love that you just made this comment. Your job is not to come up with the cartoon. They've already been come up with.
Or the cartoon, the joke.
Or the humor. You don't have to do that. You have to find a way to take what's already been created, cleverly crafted, and connect it to what you're about to say.
Not only cleverly crafted, sometimes brilliantly crafted.
Brilliant. Yes. Brilliant. Mary.
And remember, these people are on your side. They're on your team now because they do this all day and night. You're like, okay, what can I say to kind of break the ice, to open the presentation? No. You're not qualified to come up with a brilliant. You're not a stand-up comic. You can. You might have a great story, but you might not. So why not give your option? I think this would be funny, and then take some time to go find some other options. So you're like, okay, let me pick from the best options, because you really want to go with your best foot forward. And one of the reasons you want to do is so you can relax when you begin. Mm-hmm. You really want to know that the humor. You want to feel really good about the humor you're presenting, because first it makes you feel confident. Two, the fact that you like it kind of says, it's charming that you're charmed by your own sense of humor and somebody else's sense of humor. So it's just, you just want to get the best possible feelings to start off that presentation. So, as I tell people, an audience is a hostile environment. They don't mean to
Yeah.
be, but they
Yeah.
are, because the audience is concerned you're going to be humorless. And believe it or not, they're concerned about that. They're concerned that they're going to be bored. So they're hoping within the first 60 seconds, you cue them that this is not going to be boring and I'm not going to be humorless. And then they relax. And plus you do yourself a favor, because not only if you calm that nervousness down for them, but you've also kind of charmed them and made them kind of like you. So now everybody's set for what you have to say. And that's why it's so important to begin solving this problem before you have your message. It could be about software, it could be about nursing skills, but give everybody the opportunity to relax and enjoy you first.
I like it. So great question. Is charm and likability, are they the same thing? Is there a difference between the two? What would you say, Robert?
They're kind of synonyms. They both lead to each other. Obviously, they're charm is a funny word. It's we don't really know quite what it means exactly, but ultimately it is likability. You're helping people cross from not knowing you to feeling a friendly warmth to you, and it's your job to do that first thing.
Yeah.
Are they similar? They're similar, but my dad used to say to my mom one time, he said, why did you date me? He said, well, because I had charm.
And he said it in those words, that voice, exactly.
So I hope that answers the question.
I love that word charm, though. Like I don't use it that often, and you brought it back. Like, I'm charming. Oh, okay, I like it.
And there's a great joke that I have on I stole, which is B2B doesn't have to stand for boring to boring anymore. So
yes,
charm helps eliminate that.
B2B, it is not boring to boring. I love it. Hey, Royce, good comment here. Shared laughter builds community. It sure does. It sure does. I think it also eliminates people who are not really wanting to be part of that community. Am I right, Robert? Like, I've said this, I know I've said this quite a bit, and it's what I stand for even on LinkedIn and all these social platforms, is not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody is going to be in your community, and it's okay. You really do weed people out who just maybe they don't get you, and it's okay.
You know
it's
what?
Okay.
Yes and no. I mean, the thing about this, starting with the best humor you could think to begin with is, I have found even like George Bush, who's not my number one, he's a perfectly fine guy, but I mean, I didn't vote for him. But my point is, he did a thing on TV one time, and he won me over. He said something funny, and he was self-deprecating, and I thought, okay, George, we may differ on a lot of things, but you got me there. And so, even if people are not in the same community you are, or don't feel like part of your little club, if you hit them if the humor's right, everybody surrenders to love and to friendship and to likability and to your heart. So that's the real thing. You're really trying to bridge hearts. I talk about the mind, but really you're bridging hearts. Hearts want to be bridged. They want it. We all want to love each other and feel good about each other. So you're helping do a lot of things, and so everybody, all our various parts benefit by us making that strong effort, which is why I created tools. So here you have this incredible opportunity, and it's really a priority, but there's been no tools for people to help people. And rather than whether you're funny or not, I don't think I'm funny, well, then I can't do this. No, you don't have to be funny.
Yeah.
Find something that you really love that is funny to you, and bring that to the table.
Right. Well, I know there was a cartoon you sent to me in a DM, and it just made me laugh. You have such a great way of just making me giggle on the floor like a little girl, right? There is there was the one that you sent me where it was like the marathon, like the 0.00 marathon. Starting point, and it was like go, and there was the guy with like the medal and stuff.
Yeah.
Right next to them. Because something you probably didn't know is when I had an event management company, we actually thought about putting on like a couch potato race. Like that was something that was actually in my past. We're actually putting on an event for people that are like, screw some 26.2-mile people. Like we're just hey, hang on the couch, walk a step, and then we're done.
Yeah.
We're not into this stuff. We're not into it.
Great. That is a good cartoon. That did bust me up, man.
It was a great cartoon. I want to say hi to some people who, again, gave us some love on Facebook. Adam Komorowski, he's actually my client. I was just on a photo shoot with him earlier this morning. And Laura Clarkson, thank you so much for the Facebook love. And for those of you tuning into us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, cheers. Welcome. Thank you for being on with us. And this is such a great conversation, Robert. Thank you so much. All right. So another question I have, this is one. Do you feel the charm leads to greater business success?
Is charm what now?
Does it lead to greater business success?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Here, you segue me right into this visual. I can't use PowerPoint because I don't know this plan, but anyway, I'm kidding. All right, so this is a great visual. It says, what does that? I can't read. People love doing business with people they know, like, and trust. Right now, this is a famous sales adage, but it's so profound. And so again, if we all agree that people like doing business with people they know, like, and trust, then how do we do that? This is job one, really.
Right.
And so this is like a question that there's never really been an answer. You know, your person, people, and some people have to rely on, am I a likable person? And that's too much. You got to help make yourself likable in people's eyes. So that's why for me, and you know, it just how to describe it. That's a problem we need to solve in business, in advertising, in brand awareness. I mean, that is the 800-pound, 300-pound, 600-pound. What's the question? Something question. What is it? 800. Well, anyway,
800-pound gorilla.
Yeah, 800-pound gorilla. How do you? If people love doing business, people they know, like, and trust, how do you achieve that? And really, it turns out humor is just that's why they spend the $5 million on a Super Bowl ad. And the only thing that matters is how nobody cares. It was a serious one. What was the funniest ad of the whole damn game? I don't know who won, but I'll tell you the funny ad was blank. So it's just everybody knows that that's the charm right there. And so know, like, and trust is charm. Yeah,
I like it. It's so true. You know, one of my big wins in June, I just put up my highlights for this month because it's the end of the month. Okay, so Robert, I'm going to ask you, what was the one thing that you're like, yes, got closer to my goal. I accomplished this in June. Do you have one? You have one you want to share with us?
This month, well, you know, I'm working really hard to get my new website homepage built. You know, the truth is, my big event this week was to leave town. I went to LA for 3 days, and I take care of my mom as well. So to leave town was a big deal, and had someone take care of her. And I got to just drive and have the time of my life, and go to LA and had a great time. So
you know what? That's a big win. I think getting off the grid and doing something for you and going on a vacation is a big win. It's a huge win.
Yeah, I felt like I was as happy then as I've been in a long time. Just like I'm not getting any calls from anybody. I'm just out here. And so that was my big win, actually, getting away. As much as I love what I do. And I do love what I do. I mean, I am very, this is an old picture of me from a long time ago when I hitchhiked around the country. This is back in college, home to mom. And believe it or not, I got picked up all over the place. So, you know, if you can put a smile on people's faces, it'll also get you picked up on the wide open road too. So I
may have to try that one. That's cool.
My joke there is I got picked up mainly by moms.
Oh,
you know, I saw your sign. I had to pull over.
Well, so there's that no, like, trust. Like, I'm a mom. I would do that for my kids, you know? Oh, I love it. I love that story. I love that. Well, good. Well, good stuff. Well, I know we're winding down with time, Robert, and I know you're ready to get on with your 4th of July weekend and all the fun stuff. So, and this is the last Tisha Talks for the summer, because next month is crazy. I'm actually heading up to Cali, as I mentioned, and going to see Robert for part of that, and then going back to Cali again.
Well, we met last year, and of course, our takeaway was don't give up. That was or
Don't give up.
lessons from Lexus. So don't give up on using humor. I will tell you that. It's now, for the first time, it's very achievable. And you can ride this train all the way to the wherever you want to go with whatever message you have, and particularly in your emails, even on LinkedIn. I mean, just find a way to put a smile on people's faces while you're saying something profound or trying to help make a difference. That's my.
I love it. I love it. So find the humor and then make the connection with the message that you're trying to share.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something that resonates with you, it's going to resonate with other people. And I love that that's the charm, right? Like, I like it. I'm sure you're going to like that too. So very cool stuff. All right, Robert. So take us home. Tell us how people can find you. What's next on the horizon for you? All the good stuff.
All right. Well, great. You can find me on HumorPoint. As I say, my new homepage is coming soon, but nonetheless, as it is now, it's pretty fun, still fun. Check out the Perfect Cartoon, which is one of the humor tools on HumorPoint. And it's also a separate website itself. But basically, if you get to the Perfect Cartoon, just type in any word and just watch what shows up. These are the best cartoons and the best memes and some of the best quotes. Everything there is designed to make humor now the least of your problems. And then I'll be getting out there pretty soon to start speaking myself, to follow in Tish's footsteps. And so I hope to see you on the road. And thanks so much for listening.
Thank you so much. And you can find Robert on LinkedIn, where he shares a lot of his humor. And of course, he's on Facebook as well. There's where you can find him at Robert Bostick. Thanks, Robert, for helping me end Tisha Talks summer series. And such a pleasure seeing you, my friend, here and of course live next month. And yeah, just appreciate you. And thanks for making me laugh always. You always know when to just come into my inbox and send me a cool joke and just get my day started.
And just
seriously.
I post on LinkedIn 5 days a week, and I give my very best to put a smile on your face and to give you a positive message. So check it out too.
And he does. I can vouch for him. And I know Royce and Mary and everybody on here will say the same thing, that he puts a lot of effort into his posts. And there's such a great message, and there's always a funny laugh that comes with it. So make sure that you follow Robert on LinkedIn. Ring his bell.
Ring my bell.
Ring my bell. Content. And all right, well, have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend, everyone. It's such a pleasure being with you today. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back in August. So have a great month. All right, we'll see you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, too. Appreciate it.
Bye.